Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how I made all of these rugs in a recent rug drop collection that I did. But first, a little bit of background story. In the early days of the pandemic, I was itching for something to do with my free time. Luckily, I was following this really cool person on Instagram called Godmother who made these sick rugs, and I thought, how does one even make a rug? So I took to Google, where all I found was latch hooking and punch needling, and thought, okay, maybe rug making requires a lot more patience than this brain of mine has to offer. But my obsession with the idea of making a rug continued to take hold, and I discovered the tufting machine. Needless to say, I bought one the next day. Fast forward to present time, and I have found myself with my very own small business. It is a journey that has been incredibly empowering and absolutely terrifying. There are so many things that go into building a small business that my squiggly brain really struggles with. Luckily, there are a ton of resources out there to help you on your small business journey, including today's sponsor, Taylor Brands. So you've got a great idea for a business, but you don't know where to start. Taylor Brands offers everything you need to launch your business in one place. Taylor Brands is an AI-driven, one-stop shop for aspiring small business owners with everything you need to jumpstart your business, including creating a logo, a website, or other marketing materials, saving a domain, registering as an LLC, creating branded merch, and so much more. In a matter of 60 minutes, you can make your small business look totally professional with no coding or design skills needed. Start your small business now with Taylor Brands, with plans starting at just $8.99, and then you can focus on what matters most, creating great products, services, or maybe hand-tufted rugs. Speaking of rugs, let's start making them. First things first, we trace. So I opened up my design tool and prepared my designs to be traced onto the frame by flipping them. And then I projected that image onto my stretched canvas of tufting fabric across my 6-foot frame, and I was able to fit 6 different rug designs on this single frame. Next, of course, we tuft. I think for this drop, I spent at least 3 full days tufting. It was a lot of work, and I took many stretch breaks and did a lot of massaging of my arms and wrists because tension definitely builds over time. But then I cut a small hole that I was able to patch, and fear not if you create a hole in your tufting fabric. I have a tried and true approach to patching it. I will link that in the description below. For these rugs, I was really focusing heavily on my typography. I like to tuft a little bit and then sculpt a little bit and then tuft a little bit and then sculpt a little bit more, which allows me more space between all of the shapes that I'm trying to bevel and sculpt. And then they were finished. Now, once the rugs, of course, are tufted, then I get to gluing. I ended up creating one more rug for this drop on a small frame, which is a great option. I think that small frames are seriously underrated. The thing to consider when you have a large frame is that you have to fill the entire frame before you can cut each piece out. And so it's nice just to have a small frame as an option for one-offs. Here I am gluing with a new backing approach that I've been using for all of my rugs, and if you want to check out how I do that, I've got a video showing a couple of different finishing approaches, including the approach that I used for all of these rugs. Next, we sculpt some more. So this is where the rugs really take a new life, and I'm essentially just kind of sculpting back the background to reveal the sculpted letters that I did while I was sculpting on the frame. And this is really where those lines start to get super crisp and satisfying. Sculpting is definitely my favorite part of the process. And here you can see just how big of a difference sculpting makes between the top and the bottom. Lastly, I take my sheep shears and I just do a quick pass over to make all of the yarn fibers uniform in length. Here is the finished product. Next, I had a little bit of fun doing a photo shoot, kind of going for this soft glow, glistening aesthetic. Really fully leaning into that Valentine's retro vibe. The next thing I did was list all of my rugs on my Shopify website, and then I got to selling. Once my rugs were sold, I packaged them up and sent them off to their new homes. Thank you for coming along this rug drop journey with me. Thanks again to Taylor Brands for sponsoring this video. You can click the link in the description and use my code AJMakesYT for 40% off. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!